Welcome to another beginner series. We will be discussing today about the radar and about storage. So two very important buildings as well. There's not a whole bunch to get into, but let us dive right in. So first off, radar. Let's take a peek at the radar. Radar detects incoming attacks and provides information on enemy troops. So if you go to the info and look at what it actually gives you for information, starting at level 1 and working your way through to level 25, it has a lot of different categories of assistance. So as you start out, let's just go down to the beginning here, gives a warning for enemies about to attack and reveals 2 random spaces on the enemy's grid. As we go to where I'm about to be, provides the approximate estimate on the total number of attacking enemy units along with the approximate number of each type. And then 14 unlocks the Intrusion Level 4, so there's a mini game in there I'll show you in a second. Reveals 5 random spaces, so as you continue on, once you get to 21, it's given you all 6 spaces, the accurate number of each enemy type and troops, and then finally at 21, it will also assist and decreases attacking enemies attack by 3%. And if you get to 25, a 7% boost on, or decrease boost on their attack. So an important building to continue to upgrade. That way you know when you're being attacked, you will see it and be alerted of what it is, and you can make a decision if you would like to either protect yourself or take the hit. If you also look at the radar, you have this scan button here. If you click on that, it offers you 2 different types of mini games that you can play. And in the mini games, you have the option of winning these, so not necessarily a bad thing. Use action points to play the mini games, so keep that in mind if you're trying to do another activity. But again, I'm not a huge fan personally of the mini games, but there are ways to gain different types of loot. Also, if you click on the manage, there's a new feature they brought in a little while back now, but definitely handy. You have the ability to ignore different types of attack marches, rallies, scouts, reinforcements, and trades. So for instance, here we can set the highest HQ level of ignored player. So I could say base level 1 to 10, I want to ignore if they're attacking me. Or same thing for rally, if they're rallying me, 1 to 10. Scouts, same thing, up to 6. And then reinforcements and trade marches. So these are things that I can ignore if I choose to. If I don't, I can take these away. And now every single attack, rally, you name it, I will get an alert. Reason for this is sometimes you do get somebody that's spamming you a lot with scouts, or maybe you're trying to get some resources and people are sending you a whole bunch, and you don't want the whole edge of your screen to continue to blink blue. So you could ignore the marches and just let them do what they're going to do. So there's many different reasons to use this. It is very handy. It is definitely worthwhile to use, but don't overuse it or go too high, because you might get a rally from a base that's level 15 or something that you think is not a big deal on their own. But don't forget, with rallies, you can add any kind of troops in, and they might add the right kind, the right amount, and it will crack you and send a lot of your troops to the garage and or the cemetery. So be very careful how you set these, and I would say don't set them until you're more confident in what bases you feel comfortable with dealing with. So that is your radar. It is very handy, so I do recommend upgrading it as you're on your way to 21 HQ or 25. It is an item that will need to be upgraded to continue to upgrade your main headquarters here. So but always try to get that at least to 21 when you're at 21 here. Next is your storage. And again, another very important building. This building here is going to protect your different resources here. We click on it, we go into the info. Storehouse can protect parts of your resources from being looted during enemy attacks and being consumed by troops. Click here. So, if we start with level 1, 300,000 of my resources here, it will be protected at level 1. And 300,000 is meant for all of these except the cache. The cache is special all by itself. As you can see, I'm level 9, so I will be protected. If I am attacked, I will be protected up to 525,000 pieces of resources, but that's per category except for cache. As we move forward at level 14, you unlock Resource Pack. This is a very handy tool when you're over the 750,000 or whatever you're set at. You can kind of package away certain parts of your resources. At level 21, that's when things get a little more interesting for you. You also gain cache protection. So all the way up to level 20, your cache can be completely taken, every bit of it, no protection. At level 21, it falls in line with this 2 million protection, and all the way up to level 25 at 3 million. Now, the one thing I will tell you is that at a higher level base, having 3 million left in each of these is really not a lot, but it is at least some level of protection. You can have stuff here so that if your troops are garage, you can quickly maybe repair them, but yet not have a lot of resources taken from you. So that's a thing to think about. The packaging is, if you get in the storehouse here and anything is full and into like here, it's just a tiny bit, 10,000 units. Anything that's above that limit, it's going to show you here. If you do the research, go in here, and efficiency, pack capacity, efficiency. So once you've unlocked this at lab level 18, you can start researching this. And what it'll do is it'll allow you to package away part of what you have in the red zone. There's only so much that you can package in one, and then time. There's a cooldown timer for it as well. So that's one thing to understand, is you won't be able to package away millions, but there will be a certain amount that you could. So it's a safety protocol. If you go above and beyond, package it away and open it up later. So that is your storehouse. Comes in handy, but is also part of the buildings that is required on upgrading your headquarters at different levels. So this will go with you to a point, but I would recommend to get that cache protection to bring it to level 21. So that is it for your radar and for your storehouse important buildings. But there is not a lot to them, but they do offer you a lot of assistance. So remember, upgrade and try to get them to 21 as quick as your main base is at 21, and they will offer you a great deal of either assistance, information, or safety. That is all for this series. If you could, please, if you find this information useful, hit that thumb up, and also subscribe to the channel, and you will get notifications when there are more videos like this coming out. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.